Chaos. Pure chaos. The Washington Open has never seen anything like this. Eala's debut in Washington has sent the tournament into absolute frenzy as Filipino fans have completely taken over the William H.G. FitzGerald Tennis Center. The scenes are absolutely mind-blowing. Philippines fire. Filipinos from the Washington, D.C. area and neighboring states flocked to the Mubadala D.C. Open in droves, turning a routine practice session into a full-blown celebration. Eala was followed by excited fans from the moment she walked out of the players' lounge all the way to the practice courts, where she trained for an hour with American Ashlyn Kruger. And the fans? They were everywhere. Filipino supporters crowded outside the practice court, thrilled to catch a glimpse of the Filipina tennis sensation. One fan shouted, "We are so proud of her. Keep going, Alex." Another young Filipina supporter said, "She is such an inspiration. I don't even play tennis, but I love the way she fights on the court." After the practice, tournament security had to carefully manage the growing crowd as fans lined up for photos and autographs. Despite the large turnout, Eala took time to sign as many autographs as she could before leaving the court. And it's not just the fans who are taking notice. Tennis legend Andy Roddick has called it Eala-Mania and said it's great for tennis. He declared, "I don't want to hear any of that I don't care, stop talking, no. This is a movement she is single-handedly creating, a movement of a sect of tennis fandom that largely didn't exist a couple of years ago. Thank you." So what exactly is happening in Washington? Why are the fans going absolutely crazy? And what does this mean for Eala's chances at the tournament? In this video, we are going to break down everything. We are going to show you the incredible scenes of Filipino fans taking over Washington. We are going to look at Andy Roddick's epic praise. We are going to examine Eala's brutal first-round draw against Olympic champion Zheng Qinwen. We are going to tell you about the shocking doubles split with Venus Williams. And we are going to explain why this is just the beginning of Eala fever. So stay with me. Because this is a story that is going to fill you with pride. This is a story that proves Eala is not just a tennis player, she is a movement. Philippines fire. Let's get into it. The scenes at the Mubadala DC Open have been absolutely incredible. Filipino fans have come out in full force to support their hero, and they have completely taken over the tournament. Filipinos from the Washington, D.C. area and neighboring states flocked to the tournament to watch Eala's practice session ahead of the WTA 500 tournament. Eala was followed by excited fans from the moment she walked out of the players' lounge all the way to the practice courts, where she trained for an hour with American Ashlyn Kruger. She is currently ranked number 66 in the world. Her coach, Joan Bosch of the Rafa Nadal Academy, was on court guiding Eala through her session, which included routine forehand and backhand drills, volleys, returns, and point construction. Filipino supporters crowded outside the practice court, thrilled to catch a glimpse of the Filipina tennis sensation. One fan shouted, "We are so proud of her. Keep going, Alex." Another young Filipina supporter said, "She is such an inspiration. I don't even play tennis, but I love the way she fights on the court." After the practice, tournament security had to carefully manage the growing crowd as fans lined up for photos and autographs. Despite the large turnout, Eala took time to sign as many autographs as she could before leaving the court. But the chaos didn't stop there. Eala's matches are expected to be some of the most attended of the week, and the influx of international media covering her is the most at the DC Open in years. This is all because of her popularity not just among Filipinos and Filipino Americans but those across the Asian tennis diaspora. Eala herself is humbled by the support. She said, "It's definitely been a lot, but a lot of really eye-opening experiences back home. You know, it was just an experience that was more for tennis than me. I don't get to go home a lot. I don't go home very often, so every time I go home, it's super meaningful." She also spoke about the power of representation. "I do think that representation is a very powerful thing. It's a very meaningful thing. I like to say that it's very impactful when someone sees themselves in you. So I know that a lot of these people who come to see me, whether they're Filipino or from wherever in the world, in one way or another, if they support me, they see a part of themselves in me. And it's not just the fans who are taking notice. The hype around Alex Eala has reached such a fever pitch that even tennis legends are taking notice. Andy Roddick, the former world #1 and US Open champion, recently dedicated an entire segment of his podcast Serve with Andy Roddick to Eala. And his words were absolutely glowing. Eala-Mania is fun. Roddick said. I'm sorry, when you have watch parties in arenas around your country for a fourth-round match, I'm in. Roddick was so impressed that he shut down anyone who might criticize the media hype around Eala. I don't want to hear any of that I don't care, stop talking, no. This is a movement she is single-handedly creating, a movement of a sect of tennis fandom that largely didn't exist a couple of years ago. Thank you. And then Roddick explained why Eala's story has changed. When she broke out in Miami, it was a fun story. But now, she is a top 30 player beating higher-ranked players at majors. Listen, it was a fun story when she broke out in Miami, we wanted more of it. But she's top 30, beating higher-ranked players at majors, so it went from a fun story to a very real story and a phenomenon. Roddick ended with a powerful message: we should all grab it, embrace it, love it, shake it, be thankful for it. She is single-handedly bringing more fans into tennis in a very committed and passionate way. This is the kind of praise that validates everything Eala has achieved. And it is a sign that the tennis world is finally taking notice of what Filipinos have known all along. Now, let us talk about the challenge that awaits Alex Eala in her first match. Because this is no ordinary opponent. Eala has drawn reigning Olympic gold medalist Zheng Qinwen of China in the first round of the Washington Open singles tournament. The match will be Eala's first since her historic Wimbledon run. Zheng is currently ranked number 123 in the world, but she is a former world number 4 and a Grand Slam finalist, having reached the 2024 Australian Open final. She is also the reigning Olympic gold medalist from the 2024 Paris Olympics. She has won 5 WTA singles titles. However, Zheng has been on a career slump and dealt with a right elbow injury that required surgery since peaking at world number 4. She fell out of the top 100 following a first-round exit at the French Open and was beaten again in the opening round at Wimbledon. This match marks Eala and Zheng's first meeting since the Filipino tennis ace lost to the Chinese star in a thrilling singles semifinal at the Hangzhou Asian Games in 2023. Eala settled for the bronze medal while Zheng went on to win the gold. On paper, Eala is the favorite as a top 30 player against Zheng, currently ranked number 123. But every analyst agrees, Zheng is a far more testing opponent than her ranking suggests. With an explosive first serve and a heavy forehand capable of dictating rallies on hard courts, she remains one of the toughest first-round opponents in the field. A win over Zheng would be a massive statement from Eala. It would prove that her Wimbledon run was not a fluke. It would prove that she is ready to compete with the best. And it would send a message to the rest of the field. While the singles draw has dominated headlines, the doubles drama has left fans absolutely stunned. Alex Eala was initially set to partner 7-time Grand Slam singles champion Venus Williams at the Washington Open. The duo had previously teamed up at the Bad Homburg Open in Germany, where they reached the quarterfinals. The WTA had called them a dream team, and fans were eagerly anticipating their hard-court debut together. But on the night before the draw, they were seen practicing together on the court. Everything seemed set. And then, the draw happened, and Eala was out. The tournament's official doubles draw now lists Williams alongside Diana Schneider. Eala will no longer compete in the doubles event. When asked about the last-minute change, Williams said, "We had a great time playing at Bad Homburg, so we were looking forward to playing again. It didn't work out this time. I would love for there to be future times. We'll see what happens." So what happened? Eala herself explained the decision. She said she wanted to ease back into the week, her first on-court action since a fourth-round run at Wimbledon. I have so much respect for Venus. This is my first week coming back, and I think that Venus is someone who deserves a partner who can give their all physically, emotionally, mentally when they're on court with her, Eala said of Williams. I think right now I can only do that for singles. I don't have the capacity yet to be able to give that in both singles and doubles. The split was a strategic decision by Eala to focus on her singles campaign and conserve her energy for the US Open ahead. And it might just be a blessing in disguise. The scenes in Washington are a sign of something much bigger. This is not just about one tournament. This is about the future of Philippine tennis. First, it shows the power of the Filipino community. Filipinos from all over the world are rallying behind Eala. They are showing up in massive numbers. They are making their voices heard. And they are proving that the Filipino diaspora is a force to be reckoned with. Second, it inspires the next generation. Young Filipino players will see the scenes in Washington and think, if she can do it, so can I. They will pick up rackets. They will start playing. They will start dreaming. Third, it puts Philippine tennis on the map. Eala's success is already putting the Philippines on the global tennis map. And the fan support in Washington is amplifying that message. Fourth, it gives hope. In a country that faces many challenges, Eala's success gives Filipinos something to celebrate. It gives them hope for a brighter future. Sixth, it shows the power of representation. As Eala herself said, representation is a very powerful thing. It's a very meaningful thing. It's very impactful when someone sees themselves in you. The future is bright for Philippine tennis. And Alex Eala is leading the way.